Now it's time for Open House, sponsored by Pyramid Heating and Cooling.
I don't know about you, but the most precious real estate in the summer is inside my cooler. And today we've got Joseph Wu from CoolerPak here. Welcome to Around the House Northwest.
Hey, Eric. Nice to meet you, and thank you for taking some time with us.
I love how you have innovated keeping those things cold inside the cooler without taking up so much space.
Yeah, I think for us, one of the biggest things about keeping your cooler cold is in the past, you've mainly had two different options. You have bags of ice, and you have those more archaic blue hard plastic ice packs. Everybody knows them, right? And with bags of ice, the biggest issue is that as the ice melts, it gets into all your food, ruins your picnic, your barbecue. And then with the hard blue plastic, it's definitely a pain to manage when you get home. Most people end up just leaving in the freezer forever, taking up that real estate. And if you do need a lot of ice, it takes up a ton of storage. For example, if you had 10 of those packs, can you imagine what happens when you go home? Like you have nowhere to put 10 of those. 10 of those meaning 1 pound per pack. So for us, we came up with a solution called the CoolerPak. And the goal of the CoolerPak is to save space. And so, for example, in my hand here, I'm holding 15 pounds of ice. And it's very easy. You just unfold it. They come with some snaps. It has a wide drain nozzle. You fill it with water, and then you put it into your freezer to freeze. And once it's frozen, this is our smaller pack. Once it's frozen, we have snaps, and we also include snap screws. So these are like some custom snap screws that go into your cooler, your cooler wall. And you can snap the CoolerPak into the sidewall of your cooler. And also for those that don't want to use the snaps or putting snap screws into their coolers, the great thing is that our packs snap together. So for example, you can snap multiple packs together, and they also create freestanding walls. So then this way, you can either use it to create like an L shape, a U shape, and those, you can also create layers. And then lastly, for example, food and beverage, you can use the ice pack to create dividers within your cooler.
Yeah, this is great. This is perfect for camping, that summer barbecue, or just that next power outage if you've got one saved in the back of your freezer someplace to make sure things stay cold.
Yeah, also just to add, so we have 3 different sizes. And the way we came up with their sizes, we looked at the top 100 most popular coolers. And out of those coolers, we mapped out what are the best sizes. So, for example, we have here, this is a 10-pound pack. This one will hold 10 pounds. This is 11 inches by 12 inches. We have our 7-pound pack, which is a little bit smaller. And this is 9 inches by 11 inches. And then lastly, we have our big pack, which is 15 pounds. This is 15 pounds, and this is 9 inches by 17 inches. So we do have different options of sizes to best fit your different cooler, because most people say, well, what size do I need? And the easiest way is just to measure the interior wall for your cooler and then figure out which size you want for the cooler.
That is so smart because, yeah, as you know, cooler sizes over the last few years, there have got to be some massive coolers out there that can store a lot of food.
Yeah, I mean, like, everybody thinks about the cooler, right? You have brands from Igloo to Yeti, and everybody has focused on the cooler aspect, but no one's really focused on the cooling aspect. How do I keep my cooler cold? For example, based on our testing, one of our 10-pound packs in a 30-quart cooler kept it cold under 40 degrees for more than 5 days, right? So you can keep it cold. And then lastly, on top of that is that because of our shape and our design, it saves space within the cooler as well. Because it mounts to the back wall, it'll sit square against the wall. Whereas if you had, for example, a bag of ice, with a bag of ice, all the space between each ice cube is wasted space. And then for the blue packs, because they're smaller, as you're transporting, those blue packs will shift left to right within your cooler. And then once they start moving around, they start wasting space. And because our packs do snap together, if you use them as layers, they don't shift within the cooler. So it'll hold the space perfectly still. So your items can also stay in the right place. Because many times for me, if I throw my cooler in the back of my pickup truck, when I get to my location in the past, sometimes all the contents will shift to one side, right? And yeah, definitely causes an issue, so.
That is so smart. So for people out there that say, I got to fix my cooler, how do they do it?
So how do they fix their cooler? So you can go to our website, CoolerPak.com. Is that what you're referring to?
You got it. How do we find these things, man?
Yes, find us at CoolerPak.com, and you can find us there. We will be on, for example, Amazon in the future, and we're working with different retailers. But also, you know what? I just remembered one more thing I wanted to add is that as of this week, we can proudly say that the water that you put into your cooler pack can be used as potable drinking water. So I did forget that. I just wanted to add that we are now FDA approved as well as California Prop 65 approved to ensure that all the parts of our product will not be toxic. For example, that the water that you use in this is clean, potable drinking water. And the materials that we use is a TPU material.
Joseph, thanks for taking the time today, brother. This is innovative stuff and perfect for summertime.
You are watching Around the House Northwest.